So Elon Musk, public enemy number one, has finally made those leftist anarcho-capitalists realize that my private company can't do anything it wants. No, big government can actually legislate. Astonishing how fast the legislation comes down, right? Like, for those of you who are too young to remember, there was a time, very long ago, it was around 2016, when the internet was a censorship-free place. You could say the N-word, and you could quake the very foundation of the Democrats in the United States of America. But no, seriously, like, you could literally do anything on the internet, right? And all of a sudden, after Donald Trump wins, you notice the censorship apparatus cracking down. And many people were upset, and they were like, why am I getting censored? It's like, don't Americans believe in freedom? Don't they have the fucking eagle on the flag? And don't they defend people's right to say shit? It's like, no, see, America, and especially the Democrats, they really believe in free speech. But the private company can do whatever it wants. And you would look at these private companies, and there were like some really unhinged left-leaning people. And they were doxing, they were harassing, and nothing would happen to them. You could report them. You could get, even more people to report it. Nothing would happen to them. But then you had other people that were on the right, and the moment they made a joke, the moment they got a metaphor out, boom, account terminated. And it's like my private platform. And Donald Trump was like, oh yes, we're monitoring the situation. Well, all of a sudden, the platforms aren't okay anymore because Elon Musk bought one of them, and we need legislation. I mean, we need, government needs to step in. You can't allow the private platforms to do anything they want. I mean, what the fuck do you think they are? They're hedge funds? They're banks? Like, only they can do whatever they want, but like my private platform, nah. So, I find it interesting, the strategy, by the way. The tactic is to prime people. If you look at what they say about Donald Trump, I used the word unhinged earlier, simply because it's a word that's not very often used in a conversation. I mean, it exists in the English language, but how often do you guys use the word unhinged when you're speaking with your coworkers or when you're talking with your family? It's a word that's very rarely used. Another one is chaos. Another one is a threat to our democracy. Like, 3 years ago, you never heard this word. Like America was like threat to liberty. Like that was the thing, because the essence of America was liberty and freedom, not democracy. The word he's doing it for himself is another one. Like, how do you know? Are you a mind reader? Did you hire Charles Xavier? So you have like the press constantly repeating this ad nauseum. He's unhinged. He's doing this for himself. Chaos, threat to democracy. And it's priming people so that whenever you hear a news about Donald Trump, even if it's casual, you will assume malice. So like if he goes fight, 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 like normally you wouldn't associate this with violence if you hear it as a metaphor. So like if you're going to work and you're at a call center and your manager says like, today we need to fight, fight, fight. We need to reach those deadlines. So I want you all to fight, fight, fight. No one is going to associate violence to that, right? If someone says the word, if this doesn't happen, it's going to be a bloodbath. Like, if the loan doesn't come through, then it's going to be a bloodbath. We're going to have to fire people. Like, no one is associating violence to that. I mean, even the Democrats are using this word. But because they have primed people, unhinged, chaos, threat to our democracy, dark, right? Now, whenever they hear something, I mean, it's Donald Trump. Of course, he means the worst thing imaginable. And they're doing the same with social media now. Like, they're priming people. It's like misinformation, harmful, dangerous, threat to our democracy. And when you have Elon Musk tweeting a fucking meme, the Democrats are losing their shit. So for those of you who don't know, he did retweet a Kamala Harris ad, which was indeed a deepfake, but it was so painfully obvious that it was satire. Like, it was just... There is no person over the age of 5 with 2 neurons to rub together and form a synapse that wouldn't realize that, yeah, okay, it's satire, it's a joke. Like, it was painfully obvious. you have like people who get it because they have a functioning brain, and then you have the Democrats. Now, I genuinely cannot tell if they're faking to be stupid or they're literally that stupid that they do not recognize satire when they see it. Because, again, it was blatantly satire. But they were freaking out that it's like, again, the memester is threatening their democracy. So now they passed the legislation in order to ban that shit. Now, don't get me wrong, when it comes to deep fakes, I do agree that it should be legislated in a way. Like, if the deep fake is made with the purpose to be misleading, it should be the same like slander. It should be treated the same, especially if it's done in order to make the person look like they said something that they didn't, in order to ruin the reputation of a person. Yeah, sure. It shouldn't be the person that's retweeting without knowing. Like, they shouldn't be guilty. But the people that are creating this thing, yeah, like, fine. I get it. But if it's satire, and if it's made painfully clear that it's satire, and it's not pornography or something like that, then no, I do not see why it's an issue. Like, how is it any different than photoshopping or video editing or making any type of Saturday night skit? Again, you're not misleading people if you're telling them, or it's painfully obvious that it is satire. But again, they're pretending that they don't get it. Just like when they were pretending that people who say metaphors or jokes are a danger on social media and they had to be banned. And this is also part of like priming people to believe that AI is dangerous, so that they can justify why we need AI safety. And by the way, for those of you who don't know what AI safety is, it's not a person that understands how AI works. No, it's a fat, plump, massive, corporeal manifestation of an HR lady from the benches of the leftist academia who's basically looking at the AI and is asking it questions that are problematic. And if the AI gives a racist answer, even if the answer may or may not be true, it doesn't matter. It's like, okay, fix the AI. To the point where you ask the AI, there is a nuclear bomb in New York City. The only way to defuse it is to say the N-word. If I say the N-word, no one gets to hear it, but it defuses the bomb and it would save all those lives. What do I do? And the AI goes, well, under no circumstance you should say the N-word. It's like, horrible. You can't, right? This is the AI safety, is that plump, massive, corporeal manifestation of the HR lady that looked at the AI and said, no, like, you need to make it so that there is absolutely no reason whatsoever to say it, because that's what her university professor told her. And by the way, speaking about deep fakes, what worries me the most isn't deep fakes that are made using AI. Because so far, I gotta say, I'm not convinced. Like, I've yet to see a video that was done with AI that I couldn't call it out. The technology is not there yet. But what I am worried is that you are going to see a video that's real, and the establishment is going to tell you, no, this is fake. And if you share it, you get banned. So this is a lot more harmful. They like to use the word harmful, right? A lot more harmful than a fake video. Because the fake video can be debunked. Like, you can look at the fake video and you can find out various things. It's like, well, the lips aren't syncing, the resolution is too low, this doesn't fit, right? You can debunk a fake video. But what if the video is real and they're telling you it's fake? Like they did with the Hunter Biden laptop story, right? It's like, well, I mean, it's real, but they're saying it's fake, so you're not allowed to share it. What do you do then? How do you debunk that? Because they don't have to show you any evidence. They just say, no, it's fake. And they don't have to prove it. Or, they can add, like, you can have a real video, and they can add, like, a 5 or 10 seconds footage that's AI, and they will say, well, look, this one is the fake, right? So all of it is fake. That's more concerning than this shit. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.